girl stand late at night in the glow of Christmas light. Staring back at the moon, candlelight fills her room as she sleeps. Angels
Yes.
under stars far away.
Hello. Hello, Jim. Hello, friends. Yeah, sorry about last week. As you will notice while this is going, my voice is not yet fully recovered. I'm not fully recovered, but like, come on, you guys gave me so much love. I had to give you a little bit of a Christmas stream. Plus, I got so many great records the past few couple of weeks. And yeah, I did an improv stream for Mikey last weekend, and my speakers died, caught fire, literally. So this is a replacement speaker till I get new ones. But yeah, I mean, it has to happen. It was just unfortunate. But yeah, so we started with one of my favorite Christmas records, fairly recent, Thor Lundvall, who, contrary to his name, is American. This is an album that was first issued on vinyl a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, but it's actually from when is this from? 2006. Here's the inner sleeve. Thor Lundvall is also an artist, and this is some of his work. He does pop, kind of gothic, industrial, but this record is just mesmerizing. Anyways, I hope everyone is good. Sorry if I didn't acknowledge everyone yet. I will try to talk with you guys. Hey, Luder, Sonorji, Mike, Chris. Hey, Michael. Yeah, we'll see how long my voice lasts. Salut. So now, next record is something I've bought on CD when it was first released in 1994, I believe. 3 years after the end of their former band. And this is Paul Webb and Lee Harris from Talk Talk. the first album under the name Orang. Basically, this is the continuation of Talk Talk without Mark Hollis, who went on to do his first solo album and then who passed away. For some reason, this has been mostly overlooked, forgotten, when Talk Talk has become a classic major band of avant pop, left field pop, or pop, just pop music. And this is a really great album. They have two albums, one from '94, one from '96, and a couple of EPs. They're not easy to find on vinyl. I've been after these for decades now, and here it is. Hey man. I don't know DDPD. Hey Paul, Frank. This is the record that started the stream. Oh, sorry, the fire. Oh, it was a bassy, lots of bass. You can the video is up. You can go and check it out. By the way, it's like minus 12 outside right now. Not much more here. Yeah, on the Isolationism 3, I believe, curated by Kevin Martin from The Bug, God, Techno Animal, great compilation. Not yet, not yet. Such a good album. Ah, okay. Paul and Lee were the bass player and drummer of Toussaint. record I will be talking about again. Me and Michael, we've been talking about the idea of doing a best of 2022 together. And this might be, for me, the best album of 2022. I get goosebumps just thinking about it and talking about it. Salut Pino. Hey Jason. I don't know about it, Jason. I'll be checking it. Thank you for pointing that out. So this is Cut Cut. Amazing cover artwork. This is the work of Lena, who is originally from Russia, currently resides in Germany. This is the first LP. She has a few cassettes, quite a few. She's been part of a few bands, projects. This was put out by Aguirre, surprisingly. And this is to me what I wished Pram still was. The last Pram album was not doing it for me. And this is for me evoking, of course, broadcast, Pram, but really Pram, with this falsetto singing. Basically, Lena, she has like some Russian folklore and children books. She just opens them randomly and starts to sing the poetry, the stories, and loops it, use found instruments and stuff like that. Here you get the lyrics, but in Russian. It's very tense. It's like dreamy and tense at the same time, which is a really interesting combination. Nick, yes, cut. It kind of evokes also early piano magic, which is also a huge fave of mine. Ecstatic is such a good label this year. like they stepped up so much, it's insane. Hypnagogic pop. I don't know. There'll be a surprise later on that. I just want to let this flow into the next song, because there's quite some diversity on that album, and it's just I want you to understand how good this is, and you can still catch it at a somewhat normal price. It's a fairly new record. It came out this summer, I believe, in June or so, but it's not a huge pressing, and yeah. No, John, this is Cut, as we talked about. Like a kind of Russian Gustave Doré cover. Hello, Yola. Nice to see you. No problem, John. Roberto, nothing, because I still have COVID, so I'm banned from the Christmas dinner tomorrow, unfortunately. So yeah, my Christmas dinner is with you guys actually today. Kind of true, sadly, or happily. Yeah, very unique. Next record is an oddity. It's something that I passed. I didn't really. Yeah, I forgot about it. I didn't know how crucial it was to the collection. It's from my favorite rock bands, the Spacemen 3. It's an EP of remixes, a single. Remixes by an executive, I think, yeah, someone who, maybe sound engineer, Angeli, she is called. I think she's of Indian lineage. I researched her long time ago, and she quit the business in the 90s. She was part of some really good stuff. I think she was connected to Loveless, My Bloody Valentine, and some other stuff. But the only recording she actually did as a creative artist are 2 remixes of the Spacemen 3. And so we'll listen to her version of Big City, which is fairly close to the original, but much more bass. And it's the song I discovered them with, and I still love this. Stéphane. Le vide. Thank you. And yeah. Thank you. If you guys want to choose, like, there's still the tipping jar in the description, which will result in more of this, so obviously. Ah, ça c'est sûr. Yeah, of course. So it's like a more minimalistic version of Big City. So and more like subtle electronic effects. and towards the middle the bass starts to take the lead, which is quite cool. Here, the bass. Like one note bass, the best ones. Arnie. Ah, I understand where you're coming from. I love the Tubeway Army album. Interesting. Can I? I can, Michael. Ah, nice, Jason. Oh, thank you, Paul. Paul Daniels, thank you so much. And Nick, you got some records coming your way pretty soon. Yeah, but it's, I think they only did 300 and it's well worth it. Get it now or cry later, as they say. Now, a fairly new record that was bound to happen. Someone did an homage to John Hassell, and it's a beauty. This is from someone who actually knew John Hassell and who had a very personal and I would dare to say deep understanding of John Hassell. This is on the ever interesting Astral Industries label. Son of She, who is from the Netherlands, featuring Arthur Flink on trumpet. In the early 80s, Son of She, he spent some time, quite a long time, in a cave in Greece, listening, like I know the philosophical implications, and there he would be listening to John Hassell on his cassette player. His music is more electronic, of course, fourth world influenced, but he didn't try to copy John Hassell. With this, it's definitely an homage to John Hassell. Thank you, Frank. Thank you so much. If you guys knew the list of what I have currently, I'm trying to get my hands on, you'd be horrified and happy at the same time, because all of this is coming back here. So yeah, this came with this little, quite nice booklet, which kind of explains the whole concept. And it also acts like a promotional material for the label. But it's done in a very cool way. I like it. Yeah. All the records on that label have the same artist doing the cover art. So there's always like an ongoing theme and pattern of colors. And this one is pretty successful. One of the best entries in that catalog was the very first Wolfgang Voigt record for them. He has 3 now, but the first one, Wolfgang Voigt, aka Gas. Let's see. It's somewhere. Oh, it's here. As you can see, very similar, but this one was just fantastic. Yeah, I noticed the speakers are not great, the replacement ones, but it is what it is until... yeah. I think soon. I think is that you, Ludwig? By the way, yeah. Some people have asked me, and as soon as I get either better speakers or set up the whole thing with the sound card, I'll do some mixes, some proper mixes. Yeah, the first one I played even was a Christmas song. Actually literally called Christmas Eve on the Torlundval record. There might be some more. I have some in line. Yeah, that's pretty cool. In Greece, Stefan. Ah, quite astute of you, Bat. I don't see where it's at, so probably. Thank you, GBL. Yeah, I'm very happy with what I have to offer tonight. Like this week, sorry, this week has been pretty inspiring. Yeah, it's not a Gas album, but it's kind of, because it's the same guy. It's a different project, but that one is very similar, but probably warmer than most of the Gas stuff and less drums. Mutated drums. Well, you, in my opinion, that is a good intuition. Or maybe we just share the same shitty taste. Yeah, that's true. So good. This is really, really good. Might we even say gorgeous? But as you guys know me, we like ourselves our contrast, right? We won't be playing just this hippie shit tonight. Some, of course. Some distortion from the replacement speaker. Sorry guys. So the way you do it, either you play in an environment that has a very long natural reverb, like a cave or a water tank reserve, or you add a micro contact on at the end of the cornet, and you plug it to a reverb pedal or effect unit, like an echo space from Roland would be ideal. Well, then you might want to have some like nervous instant for the next one. So yeah, this is again Son of She and Arthur Flink, the Fifth World Recordings. Now we're listening to one of the very few club music records I purchased this year that I think, wow, this is really good. I don't have anything like that. This is a Japanese artist. This is his very first record. I don't know how to pronounce that. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for the little Christmas tip. Much appreciated. Ha! You mean the drum and bass guy? A very, very strong drum track. Like, I mean, the guy is Japanese. If you think about it, there is a connection with some sort of like Japanese drumming, like, but yeah. Now something much older. This year has seen the acclaimed reissuing of Jerry Hunt music and Jerry Hunt's label. A composer from Texas who died in the 80s. Very avant-garde. I have all the originals of his, but he also was part of a band called Clear Light, who released a double LP which I have and I love. And then he also released another LP that I totally missed, and I finally got. Circuit Maximus. You have Ron Snyder on percussion, Larry White on pedal steel guitar, Pete Brewer on woodwinds and Moog swords, and Jerry Hunt on the emulator. The Jerry Hunt stuff has been like, if you look online to like 2022 charts and year top lists, the Irida recordings, which is his label, Irida, a lot of people are discovering it and falling in love with it. But this is the stuff that will remain so far forgotten, because this is the Jerry Hunt stuff outside of Jerry Hunt. And it is quite good, quite interesting. Erev. Yeah. What? Ah, come on. Soprano saxophone is life. Well, I have some difficulty with the tenor, so 1-1, ball in the middle, as we say in France. Ooh, nice. Edouard, the bat. Thank you so much. Oh man. Guys, this is turning out to be my good early Christmas party, huh? Yeah, exactly. That's the one. Next one is my least favorite album from one of my favorite bands. One that I got on CD when it was released, and the best tracks of it have been released on 7 inches on singles before, so I never felt the urge to own it on vinyl. But I've had all their records for such a long time, and there are still a couple of good tracks that are exclusive to that album. So I found a good deal on it, so I caved. We all are. I think that's the direction of the world, isn't it? Very, very cool pedal steel guitar. There's a compilation that was just released of pedal steel guitar. You get the usual PG Cole and some other stuff more under the radar. It's all right. Pedal steel guitar I really like it. It's not my favorite, but every now and then. So yeah, I was talking obviously about Pram and the North Pole radio station, which I believe is their 5th album, maybe 6th, I'm not sure. They have 10 albums in total. And as I played Cut earlier, which reminds me a lot of Pram. You make your mind. Epic guitar. This is, I guess, this is where you could see the start of the connection between Pram's music and Ennio Morricone. And talking about soundtracks, yeah. Yeah, Pram is a band from Birmingham who started in like '89 and got started really officially with their first single on Two Pure Records in '92, the Iron Lung EP, which is in my top 5 favorite records ever. All styles. Hey Jeffrey. Yeah, they're all fantastic. Here is some of my Pram collection. Yeah, well, this is the one Noisy Beast is talking about. They always have really cool covers as well. So as I was saying, talking about soundtracks, thing. Okay, thank you Slot for prop. I will surely do. This is Lolita Holloway. Which is this is an edit remix by the Crate Bug, which is essentially an exercise in vocal production for dance floor music. It's a monster track. I mean, it's just one loop, but the focus is the voice here. Oh, thank you, Frank. I missed that. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'll check it out, Loyola. Yeah, Alex, but it's really about this crazy, super noisy, distorted, aggressive vocal that is wow. Yeah, exactly. The best kind. Nice. Yeah, that is pure mayhem on the dance floor. Doesn't really get more hedonistic than that. Like the pure noise production on the voice. The noise is psychedelic. Ah, thank you. This is an article. an article I wrote for the current issue of Record Collector magazine, Record Collector News, yeah, Jim's publication that you can find for free in the record stores on the West Coast. No drugs, Loyola. This is just the body, so adrenaline.
If you're having fun, you won't have to run.
I miss you. Miss you for the dance floor, huh?
Look at him, Daddy. Look at him,
Yeah.
Daddy. That's not where I'm coming from. That's not where I'm coming from.
This is a quite cheap record, but it's also very much under the radar. It's like kind of a weird modern remix by Craigback, who's a Chicago house underground legend, because he hasn't released. He's released very little. He's a DJ. He's a legendary DJ who mostly plays his own edits. And this is one of the rare ones that got issued on vinyl. And thus, like, few DJs have put 1+1 together. How this is actually very special. Now, what is the band that most people consider or know I'm the biggest fan of? It's Nurse's Wound, obviously. This just got issued on a laugh cut. This is not Nurse's Wound, this is Andrew Lyles, who's part of the Nurse's Wound live band and some of the studio recordings for the past 15 years now. And this is probably his earliest release, a CDR from 1999 that he issued here. I don't know if you can see. So 25 copies of like a droning, morbid kind of thing. Which comes with this, I don't really know what it is, and a booklet of artwork by Andrew Lyles. Here's the whole story. Actually, it's from 1997. So this is like 25 years old. I don't like Andrew Lyles' current output, and I don't like anything he's been releasing in the past like 10, 12 years. But everything before that is top notch. And this is the earliest stuff, so I'm into that. I have quite a few Kings albums, as you know. Yeah, soliloquy for Lilith is always. Yeah, I mean, he's an interesting artist. He tries new stuff all the time, so I give him credit for that. But I don't know. He's been doing some records. He's totally fascinated with Ozzy Osbourne. The only thing interesting about Ozzy Osbourne to me is that he's from Birmingham, like Pram. No, I joke, but and Godflesh. But yeah, well, yeah, he used to do a bit like that, quite weird, drony. I don't know how to describe it, but quite special music. Especially when you have good speakers, which is not the case right now, unfortunately. Bye, Alex. See you soon. Talk soon. I've seen. I think I've got some PDF of it, but I've never seen one in reality. So this is called quite esoteric name. Yeah. Hello, Eddie. I'm doing better. It's still still pretty rough in the throat and the sinuses, but now something really special. One of this year's best albums, according to a lot of people, Carmen Villain on Small Town Super Sound, Norwegian artist. I played that album and I'll talk about it again because it's certainly one of my favorite albums of this year. She just released a 12-inch EP with a remix of one of the tracks of the album by Actress, which in itself is pretty cool. But it also features this, which is another track from the same sessions. But here is... very bassy. Hey Dobbs. Ah, so someone, yeah, that's a smart move. This was released 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, less than, I think 3 weeks ago. And this will go for quite a lot of money, I guess. They only did 300 copies of it. It's just a grower. It has also this kind of connection to John Hassell's music, but from a very different perspective. It's like the biosphere meets John Hassell, but not like a collaboration, just the music like morphing together. Very good, yeah, basic channel Hassell, yeah. But also something a little more frosty, like a biosphere, I would say. Salut, Hip Priest. What's up right now is this was just released like that, a white label with a sticker on the album, on the label, and a sticker on the inner sleeve, which is there's no outer sleeve. I might put it in one. I didn't expect war terminology to be invading the chat, but interesting. Okay, next is an incredible release and package. I don't understand how this is not sold out at the source. I have some stories about it. So this was released a month ago, I would say, barely. Hey there. Yeah, yeah, maybe, yeah. Salut PG. Salut Philippe. So I got this in the mail 3 days ago? 2 days ago, 2 days ago. And as I proceeded to enter it on my Discogs, I saw that people have already been paying 130 euros for that record, when it's still available for 45-50 at the source. Filny block, a wooden box with velvet finishing inside. The first vinyl edition of a record that was always meant to be released on vinyl as a double vinyl. 4 full flutes. Filny block is from the New York downtown scene, loft scene of the 60s, 70s, 80s. He's from the same scene as La Monte Young, Terry Riley, Eliane Radic, Pauline Oliveros, even if he's a couple of years older than them all. And he got released much later in the early 80s. This is his third album that he intended to release as a double LP, and eventually got only released as a single CD in 1990. But like us, he's a record freak, a vinyl freak. He lives in this loft since the 60s. That is his basically probably like this a little bit, with the same very similar stuff probably, and and it bugged him for years that this hadn't been released the way it was meant to, because this was composed 4 sides to be mixed together in all possible combinations from that point to that point, whatever. So I'm just gonna do that randomly. And I've been doing that all day yesterday while working on some articles for Jim. Tuning in and out. Basically, Filny block is probably the drone master of drone music. So this is for full flutes. So you got the first side, Petre Kotik on alto flute. On the B side, which I just started to mix in, Susan Stenger on flute. And on the C side, which started this whole thing, both of them together. And this is not just modern classical music. Basically, he composes for the musicians, but then there's a lot of editing of the performance, of the written work. So it is, the recording is not the final composition, and the final edit is not the final composition either, as it is now. You get a booklet with the original notes, liner notes from the CD from 1990, and new ones that give more perspective, and it's a great read. Such an insane good package. I got it from Soundo. As I'm a member, I got it for $45, which is quite a good deal. I don't think he did a bat. I don't think. Yeah, totally. Arthur Russell and Filny block. Yeah, this music has to be played at exactly ear-splitting volume. I'm being gentle right now because these replacement speakers, they won't tolerate much more. It's funny, I was talking about him with someone who's very dear to me earlier today, and she met him a few times in Vienna while he was performing there, and probably giving like talks, and yeah. And she told me that like I had forgotten about it, and that he is nearly deaf these days. Yeah, but go on Sound Home right now and look it up, and you'll see you could still find it. Yeah, Alan, thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm still banned from Christmas tomorrow because I'm still contagious, and it's still difficult to eat, but so here I'm playing a little bit with the records. I forgot to mention that the fourth side is a third musician playing the bass flute, Ebert Bloom. Let's check it out. And they only did, look at that beauty. So you get a booklet, you get a big poster, like this velvet wooden box. So yeah, there's no way around it. This is pure drone music. Like, it doesn't get more real, the real deal than that. Yeah, wow. Well, I'm the sucker because I managed to escape COVID for 2 years, and I'm getting it now. Silly. See, this is also why, come on, this music is so cool. First, it's beautiful. It's not that difficult to get into it, honestly. It's not too it is abstract to a certain degree, but it's very harmonious. But it's also very playful. See, also through force exposure, but I guess it's probably a little more expensive, probably around like 60 or 70 bucks, right? Still a good deal. Salut Loki. So basically, this is a record you can play forever. It will never end, since you can always like mix in again one of the two other sides and just hop back and forth, identify moments. Yeah. I mean, you can do that with many records, but these were composed that way and from a great mind. The next one won't be too much of a leap from here. Yeah, exactly, and that's if it wasn't so cold and I wasn't getting like physically exhausted by this fucking virus, that's what I would probably do. But now to something that for me evokes feeling of a harbor, like just picture Maine, like New England, a harbor with a Lovecraft setting. I adore this. This is a brand new record on a very cool label that the cool kids, as some say, a label that has been deemed as one of the cool labels, the relevant labels of our age, Mal Recordings. This is Malvern Brume, his Body Traffic record on Mal Recordings. Very beautiful, but intense and brooding. Yeah, exactly. A trip to Innsmouth. I heard that. I didn't even listen to the rest of the album. I thought, okay, I need this. I need this in my life. So this is this is a bit dark music, of course, but it's not. For me, it's not depressive. It's venomous. There's something seductive about it, and of course hypnotic. Some schnapps, yeah, maybe my voice will be better, or some cognac. There's a record I've been waiting to get. I mean, it's too expensive, but I'm rooting for a way to get it. That is like the ultimate of that. So again, this is Malvern Broom. Malvern Broom. Very esoteric, of course. Next, a record me and Michael talked about on our streams. But a record that has actually delivered on the promise so much. I'm so happy with it. A connection to a band that some of you have discussed in the Peanut Gallery, or someone suspected that like my favorite band, and it's not false. So this is the soundtrack to a documentary. Made by the one and only Cozy Fanny Tutti from Throbbing Gristle and Chris and Cozy. Some of it actually reminds me a lot of Coil. Delia Derbyshire, The Myths and the Legendary Tapes. This is a documentary on the first woman who was part of the BBC radiophonic workshop, who designed the sound to so many radio and TV dramas during the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And Delia was the one who actually composed the theme for the Doctor Who TV show. Of course, that gives her like cult legendary royalty status for people who are into electronic music. So the connection between her and Delia and Cose Fanny Tutti is obvious. Now, I chose one track quite randomly. There are some tracks there that really, really remind you of Coil or early Psychic TV, late Throbbing Gristle. It's really, really good. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Yeah, this is like a Coil track. Salut! Son of Towns, like, I don't know how to address you. Montréal. Yeah, there are lots of shorter tracks, like that one, that was one of these. Hey Chris. So Delia Derbyshire, I collect quite obsessively every tiny track you can find on the library soundtrack, on weird like BBC package recording special effects. And I've been obsessed with her for like over 20 years now, so it's quite interesting to see how it all comes together. Mark, thank you so much. Happy Christmas to you. Someone just donated in the tipping jar. Okay. More Coil connection, even closer, with probably the best looking cover I've seen all year. This is a record that was released on CD in 2007, I believe, 2008, maybe 2006. I got it back then. A very weirdly shaped record. Like it was a CD, but not a round CD. It was like a very strange geometric figuration. And this was issued right now for the first time on vinyl. Look at this. I don't know if you can, but there you see, there is some kind of liquidish varnish, like snow, more like snow. This is Soy Song, which is Peter Christopherson with Ivan Pavlov, son, COH. Soy Song. Here you get also on both sides. This is a very cool effect. I've seen that before, but not to that extent. And it's it's just amazing. So this was originally a 4-track EP, still like 35-minute long, a little over that. And yeah, so nice to see Dice Records issuing that, which gives hope that they might be willing to release more of the other CD and CDR stuff by Soy Song. I mean, I got the yeah. Ivan Pavlov, son, releases a Soy Song, a record called Soy Song under his son name. Very rare record. I got it. It's good. But this is with Peter Christopherson. This is a collaboration between the two. Peter Christopherson, the main guy of Coil, with John Balance, but the guy behind the most of the technical aspect of the music. So you guys want some more? It's getting cold here. So if you guys are getting tired, tell me, but I will continue if you guys want more. More weird records from Russia. Huh? Hey Mike. Yeah, that's a very important recording for me. I have a good bootleg of that on vinyl. I have the CD, so I won't be getting the official reissue yet. I can't afford everything. This record, I remember when I got it, the CD when it was released, I wasn't that much into it. I was actually kind of like, oh, I don't know about it. It sounds weird, or not appealing to me. And and over the years, I don't know, something clicked, because there's a very specific aesthetic to the sound in Soy Song. They use autotune on. Not on voice, and it creates something quite strange, difficult to identify. But I really appreciate what this record has to offer. Patrick. No, I got COVID, so that's a little worse than skronk, I would say, unfortunately. And I got it bad. Now, you see me today, it's the best day I've had, I guess, in 2 weeks. 2 weeks now. Here's the inner sleeve. But again, that cover. Such a good idea of design. It's simple, a little bit expensive to do that. As someone who presses records for a living, I can tell you that just adding all these little varnish spots on the cover has increased the cost of fabrication by quite a lot. Yeah. So the album name is it's called there it is QXN948S. The whole soy song thing, they had concepts around QR codes. That's kind of gone. I mean, I remember back then they had like a website for that, and they. Ooh, Marcos. Oh, thank you, Marcos. Thank you. Happy Christmas to you. Like someone else donated to the tipping jar, which will result in probably some really hard to get wire related stuff, some talk related stuff, and some maybe Jim O'Rourke related stuff. But what was I saying? Yeah, yeah, like on the website back then, I remember they had T-shirts and they also had like a camouflage the coat jacket that was so ugly but so cool. It's kind of like a purple white camouflage with QR codes. I wish I got it back then. I thought it was like really nasty, but I like it. And to this day, I can't find anyone who has it, who has posted pictures of this. This has vanished from the website a long time ago, and it's just my memory of it. Yeah, it just came out very recently, and I believe there's 2 or maybe 3 color variants, because Dice Records, they like color variants. I got the most, the clear one, the cloudy clear, which is actually clear. This is when it gets really coilish. I won't disagree with you. The next one is a little more difficult to get. Not expensive. I believe there's 1 copy left in Finland for $20. when we started with Code Cut, where did I put it? Code Cut, which is Lena Filatova. She has a duo with a friend of hers. They done lots of stuff together. It's called DVA Zagorodny. This is a 10-inch album that came in like you see a cloth bag and with a silk screen insert on transparent paper. This is from 2013. And as I'm getting a huge kick of their music right now, of Lena's music, I looked for everything she did that existed on vinyl, and here it is. I got in touch with her personally, and she was kind enough to respond. She will help out with one very rare record of hers, and we might do something together on this channel. If I really still feel in a couple of months that that album of hers is like on the top of of the world right now. Oh, thank you, Jason. Thank you so much. The Christmas fund is doing good tonight. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate. Leave me a little bit speechless. This is a beautiful, beautiful record all around. Oh, Dva as number 2. Okay. Thank you, Loader. Loader is from Serbia, right? Yeah. Thankfully, there was one copy of that available in Sweden for some reason. I think they both toured a little bit in Ukraine, Russia, the Baltic countries, and Germany. So Finland and Finland. There's a couple of videos of them in Finland. Pretty good stuff. I have some ideas about maybe going through their back catalog of cassettes and maybe doing some compilation releases of it. This is so beautiful. This is kind of like outsider folk with a post-industrial whimsical feeling. So good. Very low-key for sure. Oh, very good albums. They both have one track that really stands out in my opinion. So much so that the record is worth it solely for that track, but they are good records, to be honest. Oh yeah, that was you, Jason, so of course. Yeah, albums, food and wine, I'm good. I have good reserves. But yeah, your name will be on the future play here, as many of you tonight. Yeah. There is, everything is connected. Also, it reminds me a little bit of do you guys know this band called Windsurf for the Derby? Maybe I should play some Windsurf for the Derby. For those of you who have watched my video of the 50 best albums that were released on vinyl in the 90s, Windsurfer the Derby were part of it. Not really, Eddie. Yeah, it didn't just burn out. It actually caught fire, literally. Let me play another track from this because this is such a sweet record. This track featuring Lena. So the name of the band if you look for Cut Cut, you will find on Discogs the link to the bands she's part of. Oh, yeah, I know. Alan Moore is my my human totem. Some have animal totems. I have Alan Moore. He's largely been the biggest inspiration in lots of aspects of my life. I have a quite insane Alan Moore collection. This is really magical. Cut, Joe. Yeah, Alan Moore, for those who don't know, I mean, he's a comic book writer, a thinker, a magician, an editor, and before all of that, just a good bloke. Yeah, so the first record I didn't plan to play tonight, some Windsurfer the Derby, a rock band from Texas, I believe. This was released on the Trans Syndicate. Oh, it's gone, loader. Who bought it? Who of you guys bought it? name of the album is recorded by Adam Wiltsey from Stars of the Lid. He was part of the band for the first album and a couple of singles, and he recorded it in Austin, Texas, where he used to live. This is, for me, this is top 3 post-rock albums. Probably with the Shipping News, the first Shipping News album, this. And one of the 2 first Labradford. Yeah, you're not far away from them, really, right? The singer of that band, milkmaid, I believe, he did an album with Michael Gira from the Swans on one of the Swans labels. It's an amazing record. After that album, Winston for the Derby became a bit boring in my opinion. Not as good as this. But that album from him with Michael Gira is wow. Only CD though. Yeah, but that's also what's cool. It makes for very cool. I mean, the music is great, and if you have it, it's a very cool object to have. I mean, you have to realize that this was released in 2013, 9 years ago. And to this day, I'm probably the first person to play it on any sort of media. It's the afternoon for you. That's my takeaway. No, but of course, like a lot of it was brand new. And I mean, you know me. We don't go where you can find your way alone. Well, not too much. I guess that's the point of this stream. Yeah. Head going on for almost 2 hours now. I'm starting to feel it, but I'm good. Yeah, I mean, come on, let's be honest. It's I mean, for example, this that's playing now, I got this as a CD promo when I was doing a radio show in Paris in the mid-90s on WeFM. show was called Ketchup and Marmalade. Horrible name. And I became fascinated by that record instantly. But it took me years to find a vinyl version of it. It was like 15 years ago now, probably. I have no clue if this is rare, in demand. I've never heard many people talk about that apart from myself. But wow, I'm sure Dom knows this and likes it. Yeah, Alex got the... Oh, on my end, not yet. But your records are in the US at Alex now. Worth it, but still, it used to be a record. Like, when I bought it, it was less than $10. No one cared for that. No one. Past Radio, yes, I have quite a few records out actually, under different names, and I play a lot of instruments. Not really good. I'm better at producing. Now, an artist we already played tonight, but probably my favorite album of his. And the grail of mine that finally landed here. Hardly think of you guys. In the past couple of months, the streams, I must say, have been generous and helped put the cherry on the top of it all. Of course, I have enough here. But it's getting the few missing pieces that keeps the excitement alive, and to see you guys coming back every week and the interactions. Hopefully this little channel will grow and grow so that I can do more of what I intend to do. Some of it will be with Michael, some of it will be alone. But there will be more artists who collaborate with the show, who I interview, have discussions with, and of some really, really cool stuff. And there are other aspects of this that I want to develop next year, like a label around it, that you guys would be the first audience for. We'll see about that. And also my friend Niels here, him and I have a few projects, that some of them that involve this. He's helping out a little bit with some sound aspects to the show in the very near future. Yes, of course, hopefully. I just wrote an article about it for Jim's magazine. Yes, that was Windsor for the Derby. The first album, Calm, Hades, Float. What a great title. A bit pretentious, but pretty good title. Yeah. PG, are you talking about this? So I've tried to promote, hype, share this guy for the past few months. I've known about him for almost 30 years now, since like 95, the first time I bought a CD of his. This is the one and only album of Simon Fisher Turner on Creation from 1990. Featuring, amongst others, Tilda Swinton. Those of you who were there earlier will see how this all loops back. Exactly. Thank you, Patrick, for stating the obvious. Thank you, Slothrop. Slothrop. That's how you should pronounce your name, right? So this, I don't think, this is not hyped yet. This is rare, not because it's in demand. It is slightly in demand, of course, but I don't know anyone who's had Simon Fisher Turner in his or her priority list to get. About a year ago, I decided he was doing enough for me that I needed to get really deep into him from what I already had. And now I'm very, very close. This track is called Dark Melt. Yes, and hit the like button, as they say, and if you haven't hit the bell, I'm probably gonna do more and more guerrilla streams, shorter streams in the near future during the holidays. So that's a way to keep to be aware of these. And also, if you haven't already, and wish me a happy Christmas, you can do a little hit the tipping jar, the coffee link in the description. Deux filles. I have the originals. A long quest that ended this year, earlier this year, at a record fair in Stockholm. Yeah, totally lunar. That's what all of this is. But no buts. That's what it is. Now, if the jazz bums are still here, I have a new jazz record. Quite abrasive, but very exciting. Very exciting in different ways. Now, if you'll excuse me. So, Dom, now that you have the deux filles in your life, don't you feel that you need this now? Happy Christmas to everyone, and to you, DDPD. Yes, but in my opinion, this is really, of the stuff that is on vinyl, this is the top of his. There's a couple of CDs that are amazing. I so wish they had released them on vinyl. Maybe one day. I'll be patient. That's the way to go. Tell us more. Thank you, Eddie. Merry Christmas to you too. Okay, now, so a jazz record that is not easy. It's a guitar drum duo from the early 80s. And it's crazy. It's quite sparse in This is Masahiko Togashi with Masayuki Takayanagi. Pulsations. Released on Paddle Wheel. This just got reissued. Here's the OB. Masahiko Togashi is one of my favorite drummers in jazz. And the sounds he managed to get. He is, as you can see, in a wheelchair. He had an accident, and he had someone build him a drum kit specifically for him. He managed to tour anyways, despite his handicap, and did quite a few recordings in Europe, including with Steve Lacy, with Charlie Hayden or Dave Holland, I'm not sure. And we talked about him on Michael's stream for records that are quite less difficult than this one. I must confess that Opal sounds familiar, Clay Allison doesn't, but both are no. Wax Arise for the jazz, but for the jazz that is probably the most extreme I played ever here. Merry holidays, yeah. Ah, you got it. Nice. Don't say never. Don't say never. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I'll be honest. I would say that 15 years ago, that would have been too much for me. I think. And this is obviously a record that you need to sit with. It's not something you put in the background and try to catch the substance of it every now and then. This is like a very trance session, but like not in a trancey music way. Just Ken. Merry Christmas, Ken Foster. Ken just hit the tipping jar very generously, and my God, it's going to be Christmas next week as well if you keep doing that. What's really okay? I'll be also honest about this record. What really caught my attention with it, apart from the fact that I love Masahiko Togashi and collect quite a few of his records, there's one sound there that he produces. I'll try to get it to you guys, and we'll see if someone recognizes it. Well, Rob the Wax is a jazz band by proxy, at least. So he'll tell us. Wow, yeah. Avant jazz. Weirdo is judgmental, and we know you're not judgmental, Rob. That's not you. Joyeux Noël, Alan. See you around. Yeah, getting weird. Well, that's what you got. But very minimalistic. That's probably because I mean it's only drums and not hitting the big drums either, with guitar, but guitar being played more like a percussion rather than a. It's not. Yeah. Let's go to the place I was mentioning. At one point, he plays the tones like that, and he gets way more bassy. Oh, see, guys? I knew I could count on you, Rob. Rob is getting there slowly, but because it's normal. Why should you go fast into that? Just take your time and. Yeah, this part has been sampled by Nurse with Wood. I might be the first one who spotted it. I put a comment on the Discogs about it. I mean, he's probably sampled so many of these bands he referred to. But for this, I got it. And he didn't sample that once randomly. He's been using that sound in many recordings of his. It's become kind of one of his signature sounds. Okay, wait. So Sonork is a French prog, jazz prog band that had 2 albums, I believe. Maybe just one. Maybe just the one. I think 2. I believe one was released on Avant-garde, which was the label that released Jacques Berrocal and Creative New Methods. Great records. Sonork is a bit too proggy for me. But I haven't listened to it in 20 years. No, I haven't. I will be checking that, Luder. Now we're getting into the abyss. Yeah, slow for Frop, exactly. I personally think I like him better than Derek Bailey. I have some Derek Bailey I like. I almost love, I would say. But I think he's... I'm more interested in his music. It touches me more. Yeah. And I mean, most of the we wouldn't just like some of the most mainstream musicians or artists. Michael Jackson, isn't he like the ultimate weirdo? I guess these that would make these guys the most sensible ones. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Ryan. Merry Christmas to you too. Yeah, absolutely. So now we're really in the abyss. It's a record that I think me and Michael talked about. It's absolutely fantastic. This is I always struggle with this is Richard Chartier, under his pink cortesiphone alias. I would say this is in the vein of The Caretaker, but this is so much stronger. I like The Caretaker. I like it a lot. But this, there's no way you guys can hear through this crappy sound the magnificence, the magnitude of this. This is truly epic music. Highly romantic. Deeply emotional, but also chilling. Richard Chartier, under this alias, he has a mini album on the Boomcat edition from like 10 years ago that is amazing. And then he had a bunch of CDs under that name. And a couple of LPs. Not all of them are good, in my opinion. The fact that this is great doesn't mean that everything he does in that direction is as good. This is the vinyl edition of a cassette he did for Touch Records, the Tapeworm, and another cassette. It's basically a compilation of two cassette releases, and there's a quote on it: "I am lonely, yet I feel wonderful." Yeah. Richard Chartier, if you're a musician doing pop, folk, or whatever, and you hire him to do the sound or the mastering of your music, he will reveal stuff in your music that will just gobsmack you. Lots of really deep sub-bass frequencies here, which this replacement speaker is not responding too kindly with. Yeah, Dom, it's yeah. I hope you get this, Dom, because this is so this one is called, again, Shouting at Nuance. Amazing title. Come on. This is so... This is my type of sense of humor. Probably more clever than funny. Ha ha ha. Wow, we're nearing the end, guys, huh? How shall we end it? With more Simon Fisher Turner? Maybe not. I'll play something that Alex might not have. French record. Maybe not French. Now I'm not sure. Yeah, no, French, totally. On a German label. Ah. See, I'm not crazy, huh? Simon? What do you mean? Something closer to the transitioning to the jazz bumps. This is essentially the same people as this. Which is insanely good album. How much is it, Dom? Is it an expensive one? I have one more in me. Okay, we're gonna end it on a very, very different tone. Now! Exactly. Oh. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope this year has been treating you good and that Christmas will treat you good. I'll see you maybe next week or next year. There will be more stuff. Hit the like button. Hit the tipping jar if you want and if you can. Only if you can. And more of all of this coming up next week. But today was a bit special. It was really, really good new arrivals, both old and new. And you guys gave me so much love last week in the message where I explained that I couldn't do the show last week. So thank you all. Merry Christmas. See you around. Bonne nuit.